films today. Here, the explosive, out-of-control mayhem you see in films such as Crimson Tide, The Rock, and Pearl Harbor can all be created in water tanks just like this one, using large-scale physical and mechanical effects. Those effects are then filmed as a carefully planned sequence of events. We're going to be filming our own action sequence of the tank today, and it's called Harbor Attack. It'll be featuring many of the same special effects used by directors like Michael Bay. In fact, here's Michael to set up today's scene for us.
In this scene, the patrol boat is on a surveillance mission. Searching the skies for enemy aircraft, the crew is caught off guard when the real danger surfaces from beneath the sea. This is going to require a full range of physical effects, split-second timing, and careful direction. We have the lights, we have the cameras, all we need now is the action.
And if there's anyone that knows serious action, it's certainly Michael Bay. Now, the physical effects we'll be using today include water cannons, which have in pressures up to 100 pounds per square inch. Bullet hits, which have to be precisely timed and programmed to match the continuity of the visuals, and eventually the pattern of the sound effects. And perhaps the most important physical effect for a scene like this one is fire, which has to be guided at a precise moment, because it does take a lot of time and work to reset those charges for another explosion. Of course, the number one consideration in the timing of all these physical effects is the safety of the actors on the set. And that's where you come in. Hi, what's your name? Everyone say hi, Michael. Hi. Now, Michael, you've been cast into the role of our PT boat mechanic, and your scene takes place way down in our engine room, so please follow Christine. She'll get you into position. Now, we're going to be filming two different scenes of the water tank today, but not in the order they appear in the script. Most films today are actually shot out of sequence, which means the actors sometimes have to react to situations which haven't even been filmed yet. So you can imagine that can be a very difficult job. It is therefore up to the director to give all the actors and actresses their proper motivation. All right, Michael, here's the setup. In just a moment, those engines behind you are going to go out, and then you're going to pick up that phone and talk to your captain just as about 800 gallons of water dump out of those tanks, fly down through that chute, and slam into you like a freight train. Feeling motivated to hang on now? All right, good. Because, folks, believe it or not, that's actually closer to 1,000 gallons of water, but there is a thin line between motivation and outright fear. Roll playback, please. All right, Michael, and action. All right, turn to your right and check on those engines, see what's wrong with them. Pick up the phone, talk to your captain, say things look really bad down here, but they couldn't get any worse. But they're about to. Keep talking on that phone, Michael, and cut. And that's why we call that a physical effect. Let's give Michael a great big round of applause. All right, Michael, you did such a good job in there. I've got one more scene for you to do. This time I want you to sit in that chair for me and just try to act dry. We're going to take what we just filmed and turn it into our next shot and see how it all ties together in our final sequence. Our next scene takes place on the deck of our PT boat. Let's meet the rest of our brave cast right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to Captain Scott and his brave deck crew, to Penny and Romney. On the side of the crew, stand by.
Thanks, Christine. Roll playback, please. Now remember, crew, you're on a surveillance mission. And action. All right, Captain, pick up those binoculars and search the skies to try to find that plane. Well, look out, you see two enemy fighters coming in at 10 o'clock. Look out, Captain. Okay, Decker, you're stunned. You're surprised. You're terrified. And you're in trouble because they're coming around for another run. Captain, spin that wheel. Try to get that PT out of there. Oh, no, it's too late, Captain. You just shot out your engines. Pick up your phone and talk to your mechanic. Hey, deck crew, look at the water on the right-hand side of the boat. Point at the water for me. Look real surprised. It looks like a torpedo. All right, everyone, you begin to relax because you think the attack's over. But not yet. You look up in the skies again. Oh, this doesn't look good. Those are enemy bombers coming in at 12 o'clock. That's a front of them, guys. Bombs away. Everyone hit the deck. Congratulations, crew. You just survived the aerial attack. But just then, you see two more torpedoes coming fast from the stern. They pass under the boat, point to the audience, and yell, "Look out!" And Todd. What'd you think, everyone? Let's give him a great big round of applause. Now we're going to take those few scenes we just filmed and add them together. Put in some computer-generated images, a few lines of pre-recorded dialogue, and a rousing musical score. If you'll please turn your attention and your cameras to those overhead monitors, we proudly present Harbor Attack. Rejoin you for the rest of the tour. If you're not waiting on any of our brave volunteers, now's the time to please turn to your left and proceed all the way down those ramps.
Videos out in California in 1939. Our tower stands a lucky 13 stories tall and is topped off by a pair of Mickey Mouse ears that weigh about 5,000 pounds each. It's 28.5 in diameter, translates roughly into a half size of 342 and 3/8. Then we're wondering, how on earth did she know the half size of a water tank? Well, she's got very possible that we topped it off with a big red stocking cap. At the Disney Tube Studios is much more than just a theme park. We're also a high-tech looking production center which features just about anything you would need for a television show, a movie, a commercial, or even live radio shows. We do have a lot of production activity here on the Backlot on a day-to-day basis, and today is no exception. And because it's suspicious I saw they lost out of the large settings that we have here in the Backlot, and if we see it clear, we're going to go ahead and try to take you through that between takes. Now, I can't make any guarantees because it has been closed down for most of the day, but Chris is in contact with our production coordinator. He's going to see if he can pull a few strings, and he'll let me know as we get a little closer to the tour. So I'll let you know a little bit later on as well. Coming up right now on your right are the first of many props on our tour today. Now these are two P-40 aircraft that were used in last summer's test tournament build Pearl Harbor. They're two of 16 replicas that were molded out of a P-40 Warhawk, so they are made to scale. These are actually the only two surviving. The rest were all blown apart in the destruction sequences. And these planes were mounted on fiberglass and covered with steel frames. The wooden propellers were powered by hydraulic motors, making them ready to take off as they sat outside the hangars. But these planes were actually never meant to fly. There were only about 12 build planes used in the entire film. But you might have remembered seeing quite a few more than that. Well, you did. The rest were all CGI or computer-generated images, and painted after the scene was completed. Now, as we round this turn, you can take a look up at the sky on your right, and you can catch your last and best eyeful of our Eiffel Tower. Now, this is the closest guests come to it in the park, so do take advantage of that great photo opportunity, as it is a true masterpiece. And you're going to want to take that photo quick, because we are ducking indoors for a little bit into the most glamorous part of our tour, the world of creative costuming. Now it all begins with a designer sketch, of which you'll see many examples coming up along the far walls on either side. Then our skilled seamstresses and tailors take these sketches and turn them into final working products. Now coming up on your left, you're going to be seeing various display cases with outfits from movies such as Sweet Home Alabama, The Rookie Signs, The Princess Diaries, and The Royal Tenenbaums. Our team of 250 professionals is about 1.5 million yards of coverage a year, picking over 25,000 costumes annually. That makes us the largest working wardrobe in the world, with over 3 million costumes in our warehouses. Mickey himself has about 175 outfits in his wardrobe alone. Now we'll take our seating department, and if you take a look over on your left, you're going to see a couple rooms that make up Soundstage 1. That is a production studio where they can create any environment needed for production, either as talk, construction, or storage, or even as a rehearsal studio space. Pretty much a multi-purpose area, really. And if you take a look over on your right, you're going to see our Blacklight painting studio. They just finished painting murals here for a new attraction that will be opening up next year at Epcot called Mission Space. And if you take a final look on your left, you're going to see our main sitting shop. This is where they build and maintain the sets that are used here on sound stages and out on location. They built various things here from the Wheel of Little Fortune and set pieces for the Rodeo Doll Show. And the great thing about the movies is they can take it just about anywhere, from the house next door to a dangerous canyon, or to the bottom of the ocean. We're now going to be entering our Backlot area where we can take you to any one of the places I just mentioned. For example, if we were to shoot an understatement, we would head to the green tent of the Modular Lab holiday. Now, as we pass by and we take a look through the tent box, you're going to see what looks like a large swimming pool. This is our underwater special effects tank where the bottom has been sculpted to look like the ocean floor. It was most recently used in filming an episode of America's Most Wanted. Now we're headed into an area called Residential Street. But before you go parking your back to the lead, you're going to want to take a quick look off to your right through that first house coming up. Yes, folks, I did say right through that first house because as you'll see, it has no sides, back, or inside. That's because all the houses here on Residential Street are just facades or false fronts. And since different scripts call for different neighborhoods, each of these homes has been designed to reflect a different style of American architecture. When Jim Marty was here filming for Interstate Christmas, they used the second house on the right, number 242, for the exterior shots of Burns' home. This was the first full-length feature filmed here at the Disney MGM Studios, and since then, each of these homes has been used in various commercial, television, and movie productions. Now speaking of Christmas, it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas around here, that's because we're setting up for our Osborne Family Spectacle of Light. It starts right after Thanksgiving and goes throughout the New Year, where you can walk down Residential Street and look at all the Christmas lights. Now it seems a little early to set up for this, but we have about 3 million lights to put up, so it takes a little bit of time. Now the most notable house we have here on Residential Street is on your left. For 7 seasons, this Hawaiian-style home was home to the Emmy Award-winning Golden Girls. The exterior footage was filmed here in Orlando, while the interior was shot on the soundstage out in California. The reason you never saw the Golden Girls walk out to check their mail was because once they left their living room, it would have been an over 3,000-mile walk. You might also recognize the next house on your left as Alice's home in Adventures in Wonderland, a very popular learning series on the Disney Channel. And on your right, this 2-story beige home was home to the neighbors of the Golden Girls, the Wacky Westons, who were so popular, they got their own sitcom called Empty Nest. Now when production crews go out on location, they have many uncontrollable elements to deal with, such as crowds, traffic, and noise. So to combat these problems, they prefer to come to a backlot, such as the one we're on now. Now if you take a look up ahead of us, you're going to be seeing our urban counterpart to Residential Street. It's our New York City set, but we're going to go ahead and bypass this for right now on the tour and come back to it just a little bit later. So as we round the corner, you get kind of like a sneak preview. Now one of the most exciting things about our films these days are the action-adventure sequences. But have you ever wondered what happens to everything that gets smashed, crashed, shot up, or blown apart? Well, it all ends up on what's called a boneyard, where large, oversized props are stored so they can be used for later production, much like a large outdoor attic. It's much more economical to recycle an old prop than it is to create a new one. The our boneyard begins over on your right with 3 prototypes from the first Victoria, starring in Toledo Banderas. The spaceship on the corner was flown by Christopher Lloyd and My Favorite Martian. And for you Star Wars fans, we have a stand steer from the Return of the Jedi and the Phil Speeder from the Empire Strikes Back. The miniature panel car was used to transport a miniature Mighty Joe Young, while the director Steven Spielberg used many of the military vehicles you see here for Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Now as you pass by this tank, you're going to want to take a close look at that trench because you'll see that it's actually made out of hard and steel. It's over the wear and tear on our actors who had to be put on top tank after tank. We also have 2 mining cars from India that go to the Temple of Doom. And this mechanical monster coming up, first friend Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's Judge Doom to the Oldsmobile. Also from that same production, we have an orange trolley car, but if you take a closer look at this one, you're going to see that it's not a trolley car at all, just a modified city bus. The steel tires are just fiberglass covers that are fitted over the radial bus tires. Next we have 3 cars which are different stages of description of just one undercover process. They're actually part of a set of 7. The gold car was driven by Tim Allen in Big Trouble, and the yellow helicopter flown by Bill Nye in Ellen's Energy Adventure, currently showing at Epcot's Universe of Energy. The helicopter cockpit next to that was used in Blue Thunder, while the 2 vintage-looking planes are from the Rocketeer. Now these planes were never meant to take off the ground either, as their engines are made of styrofoam. But what really did fly was a speedboat from Disney's 100 Lives of Blackjack Savage that was clocked at speeds of up to 70 miles per hour. And you might recognize the silver spaceship on the end as matched from Flight of the Navigator. Now, if you take a look across the canal, you're going to be seeing a back view of Residential Street. You'll notice that the architectural design, such as the shingle, stops just out of range of the camera. Well, that's because we only build what the camera needs to see. This is an old Hollywood production secret called saving a lot of money. To build which sounds like a lot of time to spend on just one set, but when you think about how long it took Mother Nature to build the real thing, well, we didn't do so bad. We're going to go ahead and stop here for just a few moments, see if folks can get some pictures and all about you around, and also so I can tell you some behind-the-scenes facts about our set. For example, the large black whale truck you see in front of me actually used to be part of our boat yard, but the production crew wanted to use it for this production, so they lowered it over the top of the large crane and actually looked around the canyon to see there was no way to drive it in. Now, up above and out of your flat platform, the cameras were used to mount the cameras, and ironically, earlier in the day there was actually a special rain effect. Kind of really these things into the rain fall right onto when they say action, because as you know, time is money, and they can't just there's so much that they're pushing that rain, but this is a Hollywood rain I was talking about. It's not out in the quick fashion pattern. This makes it look a little bit more natural, but it's only going out about 50 feet or so. Please, one, take two. Pressure guys, I have a lot of people in that area. Let that be. Pressure guys, I think you're going to like what's going to have your guest on it. So, it looks like you're going into a hot station when it's in there as soon as possible. Now when these tanks were released, we had 70,000 gallons of water rushed towards our shuttle, and to add to the special effects, they shot water through air cannons, which these air cannons are so powerful that if you took one to New York City and put a basketball inside, it would have enough power to shoot that basketball up and over the Empire State Building with purpose there. Now the earthquake we survived was caused by shaking cables located just under the bridge. Our earthquake was about a 5.1 on the Richter scale, and if we turned these shaking cables up, it would have enough power to throw some part of the base of the canyon. Now our state here was fitted in design to look at the right on those physical techniques. It was fitted in design to recycle just 3 minutes, because everything you got here was just a space to see your pieces of event. We're going to reset and just put up for our next shuttle load of visitors. Now from the cannons in front of you, we're pointing to the streets of New York. It only takes a hollow minute to get you cross country here in the studios. Use Pink Walt and its Imagineers from New York to California for the 1964 World's Fair. It was also used to scout the area of Central Florida for the perfect location of what you now know as the Walt Disney World Resort. In its time, it logged over 8,800 flights and was known around the world's airports as the Mouse. And if you're interested in finding out more about Walter's life, we do have a special attraction here on the 100 Years of Magic celebration. That's called One Man Stream and is located over on Mickey Avenue. It's a self-guided tour with memorabilia from Walt's life and a short film clip at the end. I recommend taking a look at it. It's very fascinating. Now, as we around this corner, if you take another look on your right, through the trees to the second building, you're going to be seeing the back of one of our Backlot buildings. Now, you'll notice the inside is hollow and that it's held up by a steel structure. Now, all the buildings around the Backlot have been designed with Florida weather in mind, and they can withstand hurricane force winds up to 100 miles per hour. That's a pretty considerable feat when you think about the fact that there's not a single brick in any of these buildings. It's all just wood, fiberglass, and styrofoam with a little bit of colored concrete for texture and durability. Coming up is a great photo opportunity. As we pass by the Washington Sparks, if you take a look through it, you're going to see the New York City skyline right here in Orlando, Florida. Now, there's a technique called force perspective, but it takes the set progressively smaller as it moves back. But cameras can't give it a because the painting is a real thing. A real Empire State Building is over 100 stories tall, while ours is just about 4. And with that, that is we're going to see the end of our tour. We have the American Civil History Trophy with a currently featured display called Dylan's Movie Characters You Love to Hate. Now, this is the exit back into the park, and you can see toward the front of the shuttle through the blue sliding glass doors. We do ask you to remain seated until the shuttle has come to complete stop. Once it has, look around you, gather up your personal belongings. When the doors have opened, watch your